Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be the first out of, I believe, what's going to total 7 videos in my beauty needs and nopes for 2017. It's like my year-end favorites and fails kind of idea. So today I'm going to do skincare and kind of like lip favorites, and then we'll go on for each category. As always, there'll be timestamps below because I will even break every category up. So if you just want to see favorite washes or serums or whatever, you can go check that below. This is the second time I'm recording this. The first time I did, I had my external mic on an input of 1 and I couldn't fix the volume. While I was even trying to edit it, it was so much footage. It was just going to be an extraordinarily long video. I know some of you like them and some of you don't, so what I'm going to do is put them in a playlist. You guys can just set to autoplay if you want, and then the topics will go down like that. That way it makes it easier for everyone else to find what they're looking for. Let's address the elephant in the room. This girl betrayed her 9 sisters. I typically normally cut my nails for snowboard season just because it's not a good idea to be bombing down a mountain with Dragon Lady long nails on. I've hurt myself a couple times before, but last season I didn't do it, and I didn't do it again. This season I hurt myself pretty badly. I broke my nail like halfway down my nail bed. It was gushing blood everywhere, and Keegan was all freaked out. I think he thought the bone of my finger was broken. But so I did chop my nails off, and before anybody says, "Oh, I like them, they look so much better like that," don't get used to them, because as soon as I want them back, they're coming back. I grew up in nail salons in the 80s and 90s, so they're my vice, and I'm never going to get rid of them. I'll be like a 90-year-old lady with Dragon Lady claws with airbrush nail designs on them if I want to be. They'll be back after snowboard season. First, I want to explain a giveaway that we're going to have going on for you guys as it relates to hair tools, actually, and then we'll get into the products. So as some of you may be aware, and some of you may not, my mother is the vice president in charge of marketing for Helen of Troy, which is a very large company in the beauty business. They do all of Hot Tools. They make Next Gen, Brazilian Heat, Golden Hot, Revlon tools. They make that part of their licensing deal for retail items. I was talking with my mom yesterday on Christmas, and we were discussing how to grow social media as it pertains to the retail market, because since they're a professional brand, they've always gone after just like hairdressers and stuff, and they have that following. I mean, you'd be hard pressed to go into a salon and not find any of their like gold barrel irons. But what we're really interested in is seeing in the retail space what you guys would like to see, what you're interested in seeing on a hair page. Again, not makeup related, but if you guys want to see little 1-minute tutorials on beachy waves or updos, or we would just love to hear what you guys would like to see and what we can do to make their social media page more appealing. I know Ma Dukes, which is what I call my mother, would really appreciate it. So what we were thinking to give you guys a little incentive, and it 100% is to help them get more followers. They're right above 50,000 right now. My mom would be like elated if we could get her to 100,000. But again, I know that's like doubling it would probably be a little difficult. But what we thought we would do is we're going to post a picture every morning for the next 2 weeks by 9 a.m. Mountain Time, because they're in El Paso. In the picture, so they post a couple pictures per day, but in the particular picture we're talking about for that day, it'll say giveaway in the corner. So just open up a couple of the pictures until you see one that says giveaway, and comment below what you would like to see on their page, whether it be tutorials or maybe what kind of tools you'd like, or anything that you really think is missing in the market and what we can do for you guys. That would be really helpful. And again, how we could make the page more engaging for non-professionals, for retail people. Again, what you guys would like to see. If you guys take the time to follow them and leave those comments on their page, please only make 1 comment per page. Every day we will pick 2 names at random from a random comment generator, and the Hot Tools page will comment on your comment, and then you will have to DM them your shipping address, and we are going to send you, I'll put you guys a picture of it in the corner, part of our precious metal line, which is like chrome, kind of looks like a chrome, and the irons are 1 1/4, which is the most popular shade. So every day we're going to give out 2 irons for the next 2 weeks, and when that picture is done, we'll pull it by 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and then it'll say closed, and then the next day by 9 a.m. there'll be another picture. So 1 comment per picture and you can enter every day if you'd like. I don't really like to ask you guys for anything. I typically don't ever ask you anything that benefits me, but it would be really helpful if we could help my Dukes out. She's going into some of her budget meetings and things coming end of year, and they're always really talking about the importance of social media, and there is a big disconnect sometimes with the professional market and retail, them not really understanding the power that social media has, because even though it's been around, it's still such a new concept to professional brands. So I'll leave that below, and also I'll leave the rules below so you guys can just reference them quickly if you'd like. Now let's get into my beauty needs and nopes. So you know, a lot of these things are going to be things that you've heard me talk about before. Some of you get pissed when I do that and say, what's the point of it? Some of you really like it. So again, I'm just going to make videos like I want. But I think it's important to keep talking about some of the things that are favorites, because so often we hear people say that someone's holy grail, and then we never hear about it again, and there's 50 other products that have replaced it. So not everybody watches every one of my videos, although you guys really should, because you're missing out. It's high quality content. But I'm just going to repeat those things. So the first product up is Jordan Samuel Skin, the Plie Treatment Cleanser. I believe this name has now been slightly updated. It says like the After Show Plie Treatment Cleanser. I was on the hunt to replace my Nude Omega Cleansing Jelly that I adored. After Beauty Counter bought them, they disappeared out of Sephora. I kept hearing they were going to come back, and they said at the beginning of 2017, but alas, that came and gone, and they have been nowhere for the past 2017, not in the US anyway. So I was on the hunt to find a cleanser that had the same texture. Literally, it is exactly like a jelly. This one is kind of like slightly yellow. This is my favorite morning cleanser. This actually, it's a blessing that the Nude Omega disappeared, because this I like even better. This has really gentle fruit enzymes that will lightly exfoliate too. It's not going to be something really harsh on your skin. This is a perfect morning cleanse. So I take this on dry hands in the morning, on dry skin, a little dollop. I massage this all over my face, and then I wet one of my microfiber washcloths and I cleanse this off. I have fallen in love with a lot of products in his line, and I will talk about some others in a little bit. This is an indie brand, and currently he is only available online. He's doing that so it keeps his cost down, and hence keeping the cost down for you guys as well. The packaging is very simple. It looks clean in your bathroom. It's nothing too doesn't look very cluttery, but I love this cleanser. For me, I typically use really thin oil cleansers in the morning, not really at night, because I like a thick balm to take off my makeup at night, and then I go in with something that's a little more, I guess I would say harsh, a little more harsh than an oil, just to get off the remnants and the sunscreen, everything else I have on my face. So this next one, this was something that was sent to me, and guys, actually everything sent to me, I'm going to star below because I might forget to say it each time, but a decent number of these things I'm going to talk about have been sent to me. So anything with the star next to it in the description box has been sent to me, just so there's no confusion. For a fail for me is this. This is a newer. This is May Lindstrom Skin. This is the Pendulum Potion. I don't like the scent of this. I don't like the consistency of this. I don't like it. You know, and I'm one of those people that said if cat pee were to make my skin do exactly what I want, I'd rub it on my face. I don't care about the scent. I don't find that this performs well. It kind of just reminds me of not even as moisturizing as like olive oil from my kitchen. I don't like the scent. I don't like the performance of this. It almost feels slightly drying to me, which is odd for an oil cleanser. I don't know. I just don't like this, and for the cost, this was a fail for me. Not one of her better products in my mind. So let's talk about balm cleansers. So this is what I use in my first step of my skincare to remove all of my makeup. And I picked this up from Caroline Hyron's recommendation. This is the Emma Hardy Amazing Face Moringa Cleansing Balm. I have been through so many tubs of this stuff, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's really nice and thick. And that's what I like in a cleansing balm. Some people like those ones that are super thin and almost kind of like they feel like a frosting to me. When you cut into them and it kind of shuffles down like that. I don't really know how else to describe it, but they almost feel like a wax. That's what I would call it, a wax. Where this one feels just like a solidified oil. It still has some waxy feeling to it, but not like another one I'm going to show you. I adore this cleanser. I've tried to try other things, and I've a couple products that I'm going to show you I've tried to completely use up, so I'm not wasting them since I spent money on them, but none of them have ever compared to this. If you have extraordinarily sensitive skin, this may cause skin irritation for you or breakouts because of the natural scent in here. I've been through so many tubs of this. I will always come back to this. I get mine from Cult Beauty. There are several stores that you can order yours from, but this one, I know she had a problem with her lids on these jars for a little bit, so they went out of stock everywhere, and it appears now that they are back. So I always have to keep a backup of this. This is really nice. A fail for me was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Makeup. I used this all because, again, I kept putting it off to the side, and I was like, that's such a waste. I bought this, I'm going to use it all. But the entire time, I just kept thinking, oh, I can't wait till I'm done with this so I can go back to my Emma Hardy. This is that same really thin consistency that I don't care for in cleansing balms. It does feel like that frosting. I don't feel... It feels almost like I'm just rubbing, like, orthodontic wax all over my face. That's what I feel about with this, and I don't like this. I would not recommend this for the cost. If you like this kind of consistency and balms, you can find so many less expensive Korean skincare balms that are very similar to this. Next up is my Clarisonic. So this is the Smart Profile one that has the massaging head on there. I actually wouldn't get this one. This one they sent to me. The green one I purchased, and then I have a white one as well that I use for my foundation attachment, because these you will see like kind of drip water, and I don't want that on my foundation. This one, for all the bells and whistles that it does, I still prefer the Mia 2 better. That I cannot live without washing my face with one of these. I love it. The trick to these two is do not push really hard. The bristles should just make contact with your face. And I'm sorry if I'm lisping that. My trays are in and certain words are hard for me to say. These should just make contact with your face and gently go around. Do not push. The vibrations should do all the work at getting all of that stuff and gunk and dirt and whatever out of your skin. So make sure you're not pressing hard and like splaying it like a toothbrush. Just make contact and be very gentle, because you can get broken capillaries and other things if you are being really harsh on your skin. My favorite second cleansers this year have been, without a doubt, the Tata Harper Purifying Cleanser. You guys have heard me talk about this before. Typically, purifying scares me. Purifying normally means stripping to me, and typically better for oily or congested acneic skin. This doesn't do that. It does have a really nice, refreshing scent to it. I can use it on my Clarisonic. I really enjoyed this cleanser. This has been definitely my favorite second cleanse. Then next would be the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach and Vitamins. This is a gel, which gels can be drying as well for cleansers. This is not drying. This is really, really nice. It doesn't have a ton of bells and whistles to it. It's basically going to cleanse your skin. It's not going to overstrip, and you are getting, you know, some antioxidants down on your skin, even though you're technically washing those off really quickly. So I don't know how much benefit it's really going to do, but the price is right on this, and I love it with my Mia. And then the third one, I always come back to this one when I run out of a face wash, or like a new one that I'm trying. This is always a tried and true for me. This is my Korres Greek Yogurt Foaming Cream Cleanser. I also like this on my Clarisonic. This isn't going to strip your skin. It's fairly hydrating. There is a small amount of fragrance in here, so if you have very sensitive skin, well, when I mean small, it's in the middle of the formula in here. If you have extraordinarily sensitive skin, maybe skip on this or get a small sample. Do like some test patches along your jaw, underneath your chin, to see how your skin reacts. Next up is my favorite step in skincare, which is an acid. So that's going to be an AHA or BHA. Those are chemical exfoliants. So physical is going to be something that you're manually scrubbing against your face, like those apricot scrubs. Don't ever use those. Something with walnut shells. The way you could think about it is, if something's not completely spherical or a circle, when it rolls across the surface of your skin, if it's something like, say, almost like a shape like this, right? It can go end to end to end and kind of poke and tear your skin. So you have to be very careful. And typically the only things that are completely, you know, circular, spherical, whatever, are going to be man-made products. And typically those are like those beads and things that are terrible for the ocean. And have now been outlawed, but I think they're still on shelves in some products that were already out there. So I just think physical exfoliation is a lot harsher on your skin than chemical if you find the right chemical. Don't be doing these crazy TCA burnt chemical peels at home. You're going to burn yourself. Stick to something over the counter that you can get at Sephora, Ulta, or a reputable like spa. Don't be doing crazy at home things. And if you want to be scared by that, just watch some at-home videos on YouTube and the scars and damage people have done to their face. These are my favorite 2 chemical exfoliators. Actually, now I have a third one that I'll show you in a minute. But this is Sunday Riley's Good Genes. You guys are probably sick and tired of hearing me say this. It's a lactic acid. It's a natural humectant. This is best for people with dry skin. It should work for everybody, but people with dry skin, this is a great chemical exfoliator because it's not going to strip your skin and really dry you out. This does contain occlusives in it, though, like silicone derivatives, where it's going to create a barrier on your skin. Now, this one is pure liquid. So you can put this one on, and once it's dry, you're not mixing it around with other things. This is a great step for me, every morning after I wash my face, I use this. Then I follow up with my other skincare. Now, if I was going to use this in its place, I couldn't use it in the same step because this is liquid and this is more like a consistency of a lotion. So other products that you may put on top of this may not play well, where you shouldn't have that issue with this. My recommendation for the P50, I do get mine online from a shop called Rescue Spot. You do have to create a login, which I thought was like a scam at first, but it's not. It just shows you the pricing of the products and allows you to order from them. I've been ordering them from them for, I don't know, probably 2 years now. I don't know exactly when. But what I did first is I ordered this little travel trial size of it to see if I like it. And I loved it. So halfway through this bottle, I started ordering. This is the largest one, but I got like the medium size, a couple of those, and then I've got this. It lasts a really long time. So mine's right here now. And the last time I bought this, I want to say was, I don't know, maybe almost a year ago. It lasts you a really long time. This does smell like vinegar mixed with chloroseptic throat spray, the phenol in there, and it does contain vinegar as a preservative instead of alcohol. So the smell isn't so nice, but I've actually come to actually really like it because what this does for your skin is nothing short of amazing. They do have several formulas. This is the P50 1970, which is their most aggressive one that they have, I believe. And this was really their original. They do make some for more mature skin, more sensitive skin. I'm going to link Caroline Hiron's blog below. She breaks them all down and explains it. I would even talk to the spa on the phone and explain to them what your skin is like, what the concerns you have, and let them recommend something for you. But this is the only thing I would get from that line that I've tried that I like. Okay, the next product I was actually really shocked about and it made me eat some of my words. This is Tarte's newest product called Knockout, the Tingling Treatment. Now, I'm not on Tarte's PR list. They've never sent me anything. They sent me this product about 2 weeks, I believe, before it launched for me to test. And I have to assume that's because maybe somebody from there has seen my videos where I'm always raving about P50, because this is the first product that can hold a candle to this in my mind. This one is salicylic acid and lactic acid. So this is going to be good to decongest pores with the salicylic, which is BHA, and then lactic acid is the AHA. That's going to help resurface, and it's also going to help moisturize your skin because, again, lactic acid is a natural humectant. It's going to attract moisture from the air into your skin. And this is strong. This is a 10% acid mix. This, I actually don't know the exact percentage because that's kind of like a trade secret for them. And I know so many people have tried to get the different levels and they won't say. So this was a very targeted product to give out to me, which this is a home run for them. The good thing about this is you can go and pick this up in any store, where this you have to log online. You have to create a login, or you have to pick this up at a local spa, and this is pricey. This is a very good product, and I'm of the mindset that skincare should be left to skincare companies and makeup companies should stick to makeup, because very rarely do the two overlap very nicely. I have seen really nice skincare companies come out with really nice BB creams and things, but they're not going to make amazing eyeshadows. You know what I mean? And typically a makeup companies that release things like those glitter masks kill me inside. But This is an amazing product. It is very strong. It does tingle. I don't like the name of it, like knockout tingling treatment. I don't really get the marketing on that. The container is nice and clean looking. This is a really good product. I wouldn't hesitate to recommend this. So if you've been on the fence, I would actually go into the store and ask them to maybe make you a little sample of this so you can try it. But I really, really, really like this. I've been testing this out for quite some time now. Next, let's talk about vitamin C's. You guys already know, Drunk Elephant C Firma Day Serum is my all-time favorite vitamin C. I've tried a million. This is still the best to me. I will say that they changed. When I first was reviewing this, it would say 24 months on the side. I was like, that's crazy. I've never seen anything. Now it says 6 months. So I used to buy these 2 at a time during the sale so I could stock up. Now I only buy 1 at a time. And this does last me 6 months. So that's not a problem for me. Just don't stock up. If you open them and you do see that it is turned, like if it's a dark, really dark amber color, return this and they will just exchange it out for you, because I think there was a time that they were kind of still sorting through maybe some batches that were sitting in the warehouse and oxidized, but they're awesome about that. And if you contact Drunk Elephant and you have a problem, the issue with that is I'm yet to see an LAA that doesn't have stability issues, because it's water soluble. So if you mix it with something that's not water, it's going to be extremely gritty. Kind of think of like the Ordinary's C suspension. Now when you mix it with water, it's going to feel a lot more elegant on your skin, but the water is going to mess with the pH. It's also going to help oxidize this. So you have to be very careful. Just make sure that yours is not a very dark amber color. A slight light amber color is natural because one of their anti-irritants in there is an amber color naturally. This is the Sunday Riley CEO C&E Antioxidant Protect and Repair Moisturizer. They did send this to me, and look, this feels really nice on the top of your skin. It does have a nice tangerine oil scent to it, but can you see, this is not pure white. So this lid is white, and this is like a light orange color. I don't know why, and granted, this is a derivative, but I don't understand why this would go in a jar and not a pump. Well, I do. The consistency of it and the price of the packaging. People, since this is so thick, you're going to want to dip your finger in and rub it on. But the fact of the matter is with the vitamin C, even the derivative, it's going to be unstable. So putting it in something where you're constantly opening it up and air is getting in and you're breaking it down, this will amount to basically a nice moisturizer. You're not going to get any vitamin C benefits from this really, as the longer it's been open. So this isn't something that I think is a good investment on your money. I do love a lot of Sunday Riley products. This is not one of them. That was a fail, if I forgot to say that. I've been getting a ton of requests to review Tatcha skincare. I love the packaging. I wasn't a fan of the Dewy Skin Mist, as some of you may know. And so Tatcha actually reached out to me and they sent me a bunch of their products to try. First, I want to say their packaging is gorgeous. I mean, this is really, really pretty. All their packaging is really pretty. I really do like the team there. I think that the people that own the company and their workers are really kind and they're really nice. Their products just don't do it for me, and I wish they could, because again, the packaging is pretty and so many people I've heard sing so many high praises. Anytime I use their products, my skin goes crazy, and I do not have sensitive skin. There are certain lines and certain products that I know and certain ingredients that will react to my skin. And again, that's going to be unique to the individual. So even though something doesn't work for me, doesn't mean it won't work for you. But I put it on this Violet C Radiance mask. It's really pretty. It's this really cool purple mask. My skin went crazy. It went crazy. The next morning, my skin was nuts. A couple days later, my skin was nuts. I thought maybe it was some other things I was trying. So after I got it to stop going crazy, I tried this again. Same thing. I was like, no. So this is going to be a no for me. I'm going to talk about a couple other products that were fails for me from theirs. But quickly, the ones I do like is I do like the rice enzyme powder. That one's nice. I do like the Tatcha Essence, and I do like their cleansing oil. Those products are very nice. Everything else I've tried from them has been a disappointment. So here's another Jordan Samuel product that I like. This is a Hydrate Facial Serum. So this does have a vitamin C derivative in here. It also has hyaluronic acid. So it's going to help moisturize your skin as well as get the brightening effects of a vitamin C derivative. Compared to other products that are vitamin C's in 1 ounce sizes, the price for this is very reasonable as well. So I don't hesitate to recommend this product by Jordan Samuel either. Now let's get into my 2 favorite essences. So I've been using this for years. This is the DHC CoQ10 lotion. I love this stuff. I think a lot of times people may, you put this out in a cotton ball. It calls a lotion, but it's a liquid. It's just really nice. It's anti-aging. The CoQ10 in here is going to help with elasticity in your skin. I've tried to go without this, and I've tried to get other products in its place, but I don't like anything as much as I like this, and it's just really nice. These are one of those products just like vitamin C. It's going to take some time to see the effects of this, and sometimes you don't even notice really what it's doing until you stop using it, and then you notice your skin looks a lot more dull. That's the way I feel about this product. So I will forever keep this in my rotation. And then this is the Ceramidin from Dr. Jart. I mentioned this in my BIB buying guide. I'm treating this as an essence because it's a kind of concentrated liquid oomph in your skincare. And I layer this underneath the cream that I'll talk about in a little bit, but during snowboard season and dry season, this is a godsend to me. I focus this really on my nose or my nose over here and the crack of my chin, that little fold here, and this really helps me with dryness. I really enjoy this. I get a lot of questions about mud masks, and I've said it before, I do have a video on mud mask. I will have that linked below. So mud masks and sheet masks and all of these things are never going to make up for a skincare routine that's lacking. You can't think that you're just going to use a makeup wipe on your face maybe every other day or whenever you feel like it, and then maybe once a week or even twice a week do a mud mask and your skin is going to be in perfect condition. It doesn't work that way. So I find mud masks a nice treat, maybe something that if I've had a stressed out day at work, I can come home, run a warm bath, put a mud mask on, and I'll put on some nice music and relax in the tub. And some of them, like the one I'm going to show you, I do feel like it has warming spices in there, it's basically irritating your skin. That's what the warming spices are doing. So the blood comes rushing to the surface of your skin and it can get kind of flush, but that does help with some repair, blood cells, all of that kind of holistic stuff. So my favorite mask out of any I've ever tried, this is the May Lindstrom Problem Solver. Now, this is all powder. The cool thing about this is this mask is expensive, but this is pure powder. So a mask maybe like this that's already mixed with the water, you're only really getting like maybe say half of the product. So you're already getting a ton of product in here, but since you mix it with water yourself to activate it, I've had this, 2 years, and I'm not even halfway through this jar. So the price tag is okay for me. And what I do is I put a measuring scoop of this in. I think it's a quarter teaspoon, and then I put a quarter teaspoon of water in there, or a quarter tablespoon. I can't remember. The video will have the measurements. And then I mix that around in the bowl to activate it, and then I add in equal parts of the May Lindstrom, the Honey Mud. Now, this isn't the most stable product. If you've had it for a while, it can start to separate. You see that oil in the bottom? This is that part of those green beauty. They don't put a lot of harsh chemicals and things in here as preservatives, but I love these two mixed. And if I'm having a really dry skin and my skin is going nuts, I will slather this Honey Mud all over it. Don't like this as a cleanser. Some people use it as. I just put this all over my skin and then washcloth it off, and this is really nice. But mixed together, this will really help kind of plump my skin from the blood rushing to it, from those warming spices, and keep this away from your eye. Watch that video. I have all the details in it. But again, those aren't a necessity, and those aren't going to do anything for your skin that a good skincare routine, being consistent, is not going to do. Fail for me is, I actually used to like Glamgo. There were some products that I liked of theirs, but the more products and mud masks I tried, really, because I was never really big into mud masks, but the more mud masks I tried, and then when I was looking at based on the ingredients per how much you're getting, what do I get in this? Where's the amount? 1.7 ounces. For the cost of these, they're just not good to me compared to other products that are out there. I feel like they've gotten really gimmicky, which, hey, that might be their thing, To me, though, coming out with a glitter face mask when you're a skincare company is asinine. I don't even understand that. There is no benefit to glitter in your skin. And I understand people saying, oh, well, it's just fun. Well, then cool. You're not a skincare company. You're just a fun novelty item that people can slather on to take selfies and post them and advertise your products, because putting shards of, if it's metal on your face, is terrible. If they're pieces of plastic, that's terrible for the environment, because like it or not, even though it says throw it in the sink, you know people are washing that down the drain automatically. I just don't like the idea that a company that's based primarily all of their stuff in skincare is putting something out like that. It just gives a bad taste in my mouth and makes me not take them seriously. So basically anything Glam Glow I will never be buying again. I had their little face mist, and that wasn't good. It smelled like Starburst, and it just didn't do anything. I feel like their masks are just a pot of irritants. So for me, I would just pass. Anything too, guys, here's something. Peel off masks. Okay, so let's think about what we're doing. We're putting something on our skin. Typically, they have really high alcohol content too, because they have to dry so quickly. Putting a mask on your face that's chock full of alcohol and irritating ingredients, you let it dry down, and now you're peeling. The thin skin around your eyes that's sensitive, you're tugging and pulling on your face like that. I mean, that's a great way to get premature wrinkles. But this idea of firming, no, it's not firming your skin. What it's doing is it's drying out your skin. And as you peel that off, you feel tight, which you're mistaking as being firm. Well, I guess it is firm because your skin is dried out. So tugging, it's pulling out your little baby hairs. It's just not good. It's not good. Those aren't really providing long-term plumping or firming effects for you. I would skip those altogether. And anything with glitter in it. Don't put glitter on your face unless it's going on like your eyes and it's a cosmetic glitter. And even the FDA does not have any approved glitter for the eyes, because if you get glitter in your eye, it can be hazardous. And you know what? If the glitter mask was $5, maybe I'd be like, okay, if you want to have like a slumber party and take selfies of each other, if that's what we've come down to, then have at it. But charging $69 for a pot of glitter, it's like, no. Another mud mask that I did like is the Origins Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask to Clear Pores. Now sulfur and charcoal are very drying, but on times where my skin has gone crazy, like after I used this and my skin went nuts, this really helped me. And for me, since I have dry skin, I only put it on the problem areas, but this really, really did cut the time down in half when I was having irritation. And some of my friends that have acne said that this actually, they really liked it when I gave them some to try, that it really helped to dry out some of their blemishes. So if you're extremely dry skin, don't put this all over your face. Just put it on the spots, wait for it to like dry and harden, and then cleanse it off. And I really do like this by Origins. During some of my testing of some skincare that was really making my skin go crazy, I had kind of like, and especially where my phone goes, when my skin goes crazy from new skincare that I test, it typically comes right here. I think a lot of it too is probably talking on my phone, and then skin that's already irritated, I've now made it worse. These are two newer items by Dr. Jart. I don't know how to say this. Is this the Cicapair? I don't know. I have to look that up. I apologize. I guess it's another name for tiger grass. Now, this is their tiger grass repair serum. When you twist this, this little part comes up, and it's basically filled the dropper. And this is almost more like a gel than an oil. But this will help significantly with redness. If you have eczema, rosacea, this will really, really help. And this actually really saved dramatic difference between when I went to bed with redness, put this on, woke up, almost all of it gone. I really like that. And then they also have these Tiger Grass Nightly Repair Mask. The thing I really like about these is they are individually packaged. So these are easy to toss a couple in your bag if you're traveling. And even though each one you're supposed to use like one whole piece, it almost feels like these are empty. So you have to, rip the top off, and then I fold it all the way to the top here, and I get about 3 uses out of one of these. So I just kind of leave it on my bathroom sink like this. Not the cutest, but when I used something on my skin that went crazy, my chin started going nuts, and I got really dry and really flaky, and this saved me. This saved me like 2 days of using this, and the problem was gone. So I wasn't really a believer in the Tiger Grass line that they have, because I've always loved the Ceramidin line. But These two things are awesome, and I really, really like these. I highly suggest this for people with rosacea and redness. Your skin is really inflamed and kind of needs like an SOS. This is really nice. Really nice for windburns and things. If you go snowboarding or skiing, I like that. This has been my favorite hyaluronic acid. This is the Neod. This is the MMHC. You only get a ½ ounce in here, and I have used almost the entire thing. You can feel the soaking in. Some of the other hyaluronic acids I have, like I talked about in The Ordinary from their other two less expensive lines, they're not as elegant on the skin. You can feel them be sticky. I put this on before I put on like moisturizers, oils, and I really, really, really like this. Let's talk about a fail. So this company, Rhode sent me a bunch of their skincare to test out. And this in particular, this is the Bee Venom Body Serum. This is a UK company, and it's not inexpensive. These products are fairly expensive that they sent to me. Now I'm going to tell you this. I'm not one that's ever going to preach to you guys what you should eat and what you should do, because I don't know your lifestyle, and I just don't know you guys like that. So I can tell you what I do, and I'm not perfect. I still eat dairy. I own makeup that's not cruelty-free, and I wish I had better answers as to why I do things that I do. I don't know. I'm just telling you this is where I'm at now, and I'm doing the best I can right now. Products like this, though, really bother me. So bee venom. The way you collect bee venom is they electrocute a plate in and out of their hive. And so these bees sense the fear from that, and they sting it. They constantly are stinging this. And if it's a metal piece, so like if a bee were to sting you that has like a barbed tail, like honeybees and certain bees, I think maybe it's only honeybees that have the barbed stingers. But when it goes into your skin, when they pull it out, the stinger sticks and then they die. It rips off their lower abdominal, basically. But in something like where this metal is, when they're stinging at it and the venom's going in, there's no skin to grab a hold of it because it's smooth metal. So they can sting it as many times as they want without dying. So sometimes some of these products claim that they're cruelty-free, but I'm sorry, causing an animal to panic like that and think that something's attacking them to constantly sting something, I don't find to be cruelty-free. And also when it comes to something, and again, I do have makeup that's not cruelty-free, but bee venom, this is like a pipe dream. It's not a new level of Botox. It's not anything like that. You can find products that don't contain bee venom that are going to do exactly the same for you. I don't like the idea behind that, and I think it's absurd. And same thing with snail mucin. I know a lot of people came for me on Instagram. We were talking about this because they thought I was being insensitive to some Korean skincare. I love Korean skincare. There are some things, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure semen could equally moisturize your face opposed to snail mucin. Skip the snail mucin. The way they do that is they put all these snails into warm water and they shake them like this until they get this like a gooey water, and then they strain it out. Again, it's not necessary. And I just think, though, some of the weird roads that we go down in this pursuit seem like it's so unique. It's all anecdotal. Again, you can find other products that do the same for you that aren't subjecting things. And again, someone may say, well, you can find makeup that does the same for you that doesn't. I get it. Again, I don't have an answer for that. But based on the price, this I won't even try. Just because I don't like the idea of that. They did send me a couple other things like a lip mask. In general, I don't like their marketing. I've been reading up more about it. And I don't know, just the price of the products. It's a skip for me, the whole line. For me, I mean, I guess it's where everybody kind of draws their line in the sand. I don't see why we would have to do that. That seems a bit unnecessary. You guys think I like oils and things? Now let's talk about some of my favorite oil products of the year. You guys already know Sunday Riley Juno. This does smell like oregano, like pizza. This is my all-time favorite nighttime oil. There is no essential oils in here. It should not be irritating to anybody from really dry skin, really sensitive skin. I think this is the best oil that Sephora sells. It is quite pricey. If this is in your budget, it is lovely, and I've been through so many bottles of this, I always come back. It pisses me off it's now only available online, because I used to go down to the store and pick it up, and now sometimes I forget. They're trying to make room for all that UFO and all of those other new products, so that went online only, and I hate that. This is Jordan Samuel's, I believe you say Etoli, I believe. This is a facial oil. So this is my second or third bottle I've been through of this. It, it's a lighter oil. So this one is much thicker than this. This is going to be better for people that have oily skin or don't like that really heavy oil on their face. This will absorb right in. So I could use this day or night. But this is a really nice oil for a really good price as well. And keeping on that Jordan Samuel, he also has this one that's the version with retinol. So this is actually killer. I really like this. So this is a smaller bottle I have of Sunday Riley's Luna. So I liked this because this was a retinol housed in an oil. So basically it helps soothe the irritation that you could typically get with a retinol, which is redness and dryness and flaky and sensitivity. What I never understood about it, though, is the oil is blue. And it does contain blue tansy. So I was thinking, did they add the blue dye to make it seem like there's more blue tansy in there than there really is? Some people told me, and now I've had sales associates tell me all different things. I had one sales associate tell me that they made it blue so you know when you're done rubbing it in your skin. I don't know. I had another sales associate tell me that the blue was a UV shield to protect the retinol, which I thought was fascinating. I said, okay, maybe I could understand that. So I most recently asked a lab, is that true? Would the blue dye, because there are added dyes in here, act as a UV shield? And they were like, I've never heard that. So again, I don't want to discredit it and say no possible way. I have not found anything in any of the readings I've looked up online, if that's even a thing. This is the first company I've seen do that, and it does say retinol plus blue tansy, so I think that's why they added the dye. I don't really think it's a UV shield because this bottle is dark. Yeah, but This does the same thing. These both have retinols in it, except this one has no dye. So this one is going to win for me over the Sunday Riley Luna, and this is much more affordable. I think it's like half the cost of this one. So I would go with the Jordan Samuel version. I've tried to not like this. This is Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. I have been using this for quite some time. I've gone through so many jars of this now. I love the smell. The smell is so good. I want my whole house to smell like this. And it's not added fragrance, it's naturally occurring fragrance from the ingredients in here. I do have an entire review on this that I will link below. I also interviewed April. Can you buy all the oils that are in here and mix your own? Sure, absolutely. What this comes down to, though, too, is it has to do with where they're sourced, how the oils are pressed. It is like one of those like fine wine things, and at one point you may start to ask, like, at what point is too much of a good thing a good thing, and can your skin even absorb all of that? I don't know, but I can tell you I adore this serum. I adore it. I use it every single morning. I really, really like this. And again, it's expensive. It's super expensive. Do you need this in your life? No, you don't need any of this stuff I'm talking about. But if this is in your budget, this is really nice. This replaced about 3 or 4 products in my skincare routine for me. So to me, it is worth it. And I just really, really like it. Again, only get this if you are completely comfortable with the price tag. If it's a stretch or something for you, don't bother. They do have this on Beautylish now, and so if you do want it, you can break it up into payments. And I did remember seeing something they were working on samples, so people could try it. But I love that serum. 2 more. You guys know I have been diehard for this. This is my Fresh Sea Berry Moisturizing Face Oil. It's omegas 3, 6, 7, and 9. Very moisturizing. This absorbs very quickly into the skin. Every single night I use this. I mix this in with my Belief True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I just love the glow this gives my skin. It has almost a slight peppery scent to it. There's all natural fragrance in here, but still that may irritate very sensitive skin. But I love, 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 love this. And you get a decent amount of oil for the price. And I'm so happy to have this in my hands. This is the Ordinary 100% cold pressed virgin marula oil. So I got to sit down with the CEO of The Ordinary a couple weeks ago. And I was telling her, you know, I've tried almost everything from your line. I've been foaming at the mouth to get the marula oil. You know, we talked about stock and inventory, and I think a bunch of you guys may have remembered that Estee Lauder made an investment in their company, and they basically did that to help with production, to make sure that they can start keeping stock in, because they blew up so quickly. They weren't really expecting it, that they couldn't keep up with the demand. But what they told me with the marula oil deal was there was like a marula oil, there was a shortage of them. So nobody had any for a while, and they finally got it back. And this is really nice. For the cost of this, you should not buy any other marula oil that's more expensive ever, because this is really, really nice. And there are some that for the same. You guys know I love Drunk Elephant, some of their products, but $70 versus, I forgot how much this is. I'll have it on the screen, but this is really nice. Another fail. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm beating up Tatcha. This is beautiful. This is such a pretty bottle. You get the little dropper right here that you push in. See this gold on the bottom? I mean, purple and gold, or purple and yellow, basically. They're beautiful. Almost complementary colors. Again, I feel bad because I really like these people, but gold has no business in skincare. No business in skincare. They do this because it looks fancy and it looks really pretty, right? And this is something that would be pretty sitting on my vanity or on my counter. Camellia seed oil in my more affordable skincare video, you can buy that 100% camellia seed cold pressed oil. Put that on your face and you will get the same exact results as buying this. And this is stupid expensive. You'll actually get better results, because do you see this gold flake in the bottom? So gold, it can be used in internal medicine to help drive ingredients deeper on a cellular level. It does not work that way topically on your skin. Your pores, picture your pore like this, right? A hole. You're putting gold leaf in there, and granted, gold is an extremely soft metal, but you're putting that on here, on your skin, and your skin has no way to get rid of that. It can't break it down. It can't do anything with it. So you're slowly filling your pores with these little fragments of metal. Does that sound like a good idea? You know, it was a big thing on Egyptian culture back in, the pyramid days, and kings and queens. They used to think that it gave you like vitality and youth, and again, I think it's playing to that bougie people that think like, oh, I have gold leaf in my facial oil. Well, again, the carrier oil in here, which is what camellia seed is, you can buy this 100%. Granted, you're not going to get it in a pretty packaging. And somebody might say, well, why do you have a problem with this one and you like this one? Well, because I get results on this one, and I get the same results if I use something else. So for me to get the results that I get from this, I have to use at least 3 other products, and I get them in one. This doesn't have anything in here that, if you have sensitive skin to essential oils, this will irritate you. The gold in this is bad for everybody's skin, not just one person's, everybody's skin. It's just not good for you long-term use, so I would skip that. Another favorite of mine is Differengel. You can buy this over the counter now. You don't need a prescription. You can go into Walgreens or CVS. I think I've always got mine at Walgreens. This is a gel. So this is going to be a lot more gentle than, like, this is my tretinoin cream from Obagi. And this one was the 0.05%. So I love this stuff, and I've used this, as you can see, for so many years, but the irritation I get way less with this. This is a lot more gentle, and this will do the same thing that this will. This is going to get you there a lot faster than this will. This is prescription strength only. You do need a prescription for this. This is a lot more gentle, but this is really nice, and out of everything I just showed you, nothing will help your skin more than this. And this is probably one of the most cost-effective, if not the most cost-effective thing I've shown you here. I think this is like $20 for the big size. The smaller size is even less. You do need to use this, build up your use. So use this once a week when you first start, then, twice a week, 3 times a week, every other day. Then you do need to use this every day. Once your skin gets to where you want it to be, you can tail off use. Something like this, you really do need to use every day. This I can use like once a week, twice a week, because my skin is fully exfoliated. I use that for so long. I mean, I've had many other tubes of it besides. Basically what that's doing is it's regulating your cellular turnover in your skin, your 21-day life cycle. That's what this is, an acidic derivative of vitamin A. So even though these are different products, they give you similar results. I would highly recommend anybody with acne, teenage acne, you want to really address some anti-aging concerns, start using one of these products. If you have a question about where you'd fit that into your skincare, check out my More Affordable Skincare where I put all the steps in, and I will be doing an updated skincare routine that I'll show you where I put that. Do not mix this in the same step as an acid or this. If you're using this at night, don't use this. If you're using this at night, don't use this. Only use this at night. Don't use this during the day. It doesn't play well with sun. So keep in mind, if you want to alternate, that's cool, but together these could cause irritation. But I wouldn't hesitate to recommend like this and the Luna, or this and the Jordan Samuel, because they're not as strong as one of these. Moisturizer time. So I've been loving, obviously, the Ceramidin, the Dr. Jart. I use the liquid, and then I use this over. Only thing I hate about this is this stupid tube flakes off. Do you see this little white? It does come with a tube key, but I find sometimes when I'm rubbing it on my face, all of a sudden I'll see this like white speck. I'm like, what is that? And I'm picking it off, and it's like flakes from this tube melting, and it pisses me off. I think this is really nice for people with sensitive skin, and this is nice for people that are extremely dry. When I go snowboarding, or I'm going to visit relatives that use the heat year round, or like all winter, because again, San Francisco, we don't really need it, I mix these two together. This has been a find that Alphonse turned me on to. This is the Embryolisse, the Latte Cream Concentrate. So this does contain mineral oil. I should have explained this more in my More Affordable Skincare products. So I don't like cleansers that have mineral oil in them, because if it's cleansing and then I'm following up with other steps, mineral oil isn't bad for your skin, but it does create a barrier. The molecule is too large for your skin to absorb, so it sits on the surface of your skin. So if you have, say, I don't even know, a beneficial ingredient mixed with mineral oil, it's going to sit on top of your skin. Your skin can't absorb it, so it's kind of pointless. And if you're using a cleanser or a balm that has mineral oil in it, and then you're following up with other steps, it could create a barrier and leave a film still on your skin, and so those other ingredients that you're following up with or other steps, your skin can't absorb. This is an inexpensive moisturizer, and it does contain mineral oil, but this is the last step before I put on makeup. So basically what it's doing is just sealing everything in. So I don't mind that, because then by the end of the day, by the time I've, worn my makeup all day and then I take this off, I don't have problems because I'm double cleansing. If this was going to be your first step, if this was like a wash with that level of mineral oil in it, I would say skip. But this will make your makeup look extremely smooth on top. It's fairly inexpensive, and I really, really like how this looks underneath my makeup. My all-time favorite moisturizer is the Believe True Cream Moisturizing Balm. You guys are probably so sick of hearing me say this. I've tried so many moisturizers. If they told me tomorrow that this is going to be a $200 cream, I would still buy it. No questions asked, because that's how much I love this. So compared to the price and so many other things I've tried, I just love this. A little goes a long way with this. It's really nice. And I do mix that in with my oil and put that on. The comfrey root leaf extract in this is an ancient kind of like healing, and they used to put it on burns and things. It has been outlawed in certain countries because people were taking it internally, and that was causing some problems. It's in a very small amount, but it is really good topically for the skin, so I highly recommend that. And again, the Aqua Bomb is in the same exact packaging. It's very confusing. I wish they made it a different color, but make sure it says True Cream Moisturizing Balm if you have dry skin. The gel one, Aqua Balm, it's a gel, that's better for oily skin, but I love the moisturizing balm. I know I'm about to have a mutiny on my hands because everyone wants a sunscreen video. It's coming. It's a lot of work. So these are my favorite sunscreens. This is the Shiseido. I'll have to put the name in the corner here because it's on the packaging and everything is in Japanese on this, so I can't read it on my own. I did have this in my Affordable Skincare. This is really nice for dry skin. It is really thin. I did originally say that I believed that this was a physical sunscreen, and that's because I was misinterpreting something on here. It said mineral water. So normally mineral in sunscreens is physical sunscreen. It's And this said mineral on it, so I thought, before I had gotten this back in my hand to test again because it had been so long, I had mistakenly thought, and you can tell immediately when you put it on your hand due to the consistency that this is not. And so many of them are physical and chemical blended, and that's going to give a thinner consistency. But like a pure physical sunscreen is going to be a lot thicker. But I really do like this. It's super affordable. Now, if you have oily skin, the Sun Prize Mild Airy Finish SPF 50, my friends raved about this. Everybody with oily skin, and so many of you guys have come back and told me that you've tried some of the stuff from my more affordable skincare with oily skin and you said this was amazing. My friend said this even acts as a primer for her, and you guys have confirmed that as well. So I would highly recommend this for oily skin. These are very affordable. I think they're like $7 or under for some of these. I will have those linked below. You can get those on like that Yes style. Keep in mind, if you guys are ordering from overseas, very few companies are going to have a return policy at a price like that, because if they're paying to ship it over to you overseas and the product wasn't that much and then you try to ship it back, it very rarely works that way. So it's kind of like buyer beware, like Cowie Entor over there. The Drunk Elephant. This is their Umbra Tint Physical Daily Defense. I like this because it does have a light tint to it. So this is going to be excellent for any people of color that are deeper in complexion, because this isn't going to leave that white cast that you can get with other ones. If you're very fair, this does have a slight tint to it. Once you rub it in, it's pretty good. If you're a lot lighter than me, I think that you'd be able to see this. It does have a slight sheen to it. I like to be dewy. It's almost like a little very faint, not glitter, but it's definitely a sheen. But once you put your makeup over top, you can't see. I love that sunscreen. Doesn't smell good. It smells like chips. I don't think any Drunk Elephant's skincare smells good. Very rarely, again, skincare shouldn't smell good. The better it smells, be afraid, unless it's like natural scents. And even then, if you have sensitive skin, that's going to bother you. Next is my Obagi Sun Shield. This is probably, I think, the best sunscreen I've ever used on my complexion. This is, it says matte, so you're not going to get extremely oily. If you have deep skin, this is probably going to leave a white cast on you because it is thicker. But I love this sunscreen. It layers really beautifully underneath makeup. And Obagi is a medical grade skincare company. I really like this sunscreen. And then two more. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross Sheer Mineral Sun Spray SPF 50. The trick with this one, you do have to shake it, is you need to make sure you're applying enough, because if you just make a little light spray like this, you're not going to get ample sunscreen protection. So what I like this for is after I have all of my stuff on, and even in the morning, make sure you're spraying a decent amount and pressing it into your skin. This actually says you're supposed to spray it on your hands and press it in, but I use this for touch-ups. I'll toss this in my bag if I'm going to the park and I already have sunscreen on, and I'll make sure I douse this all over my face more. But I really do like that. And last but certainly not least is the Josie Maran Argan Daily Moisturizing SPF 47. So I typically like my sunscreens and moisturizers separate because I feel like they don't do either one very well when they're trying to do two things at more affordable prices. I don't even look at this as like a moisturizer though. I look at this as a straight up sunscreen. Because it is thicker like that. I really like this, and it is very moisturizing. So if you have dry skin, I think this would be awesome for you. I really like it. It's one of the few brands I feel like that really does the balance of moisturizer and SPF together well. Okay, we're almost done here. Now, primers. So this is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I've used this for years. I've spoke about it for years. One of these jars lasts me almost like a year because I just use a little to fill in my piercing scars. This is a very thick primer. So I always say to wipe down. If you rub in circles like this, it's going to ball up, and be mindful of what you're placing on top. So if you're placing like a really heavy layer of a water-based foundation on something with such heavy silicone like this, it could possibly ball up. So pay attention to that, but that's an excellent primer. Now this one is fairly new to me. This is the Dermalogica Hydro Blur Primer. When it says Hydro Blur, I thought it was going to be extremely moisturizing. That's not the case. This comes out, if you can see, white like this, but it has tiny little black specks in there. Basically what they are, they're like little color capsules. And as you rub it in, it breaks those capsules and has like a very slight tint to it. This looks really good if you were just put this on with nothing over the top of it, if you're just going out to run errands, because it will literally kind of blur your face. This reminds me of a Better Benefit Professional. I didn't like the Professional because it was thick. And I don't know, I just didn't really like that one. This one totally blurs out your pores, and it's not really mattifying, but it's definitely not hydrating either. So if you have extremely dry skin, I don't think anything like these is going to be excellent for you if you have dry, flaky patches on your skin, and this is not going to moisturize you. So make sure you have ample skincare down before you put this on. But I was getting really kind of shiny right in this area with some of the new products I was trying, and so I was testing this, and I really like it underneath my makeup. It's not really thick, and it's not giving me that like really heavy cakey feeling, so I like this. And last but certainly not least, lip care items. I feel like I've made a video as long as everyone's year-end favorite ×2 just on skincare. Good thing I'm breaking them up. So for me, you guys can make any kind of scrub at home for your lips, just with like some sugar and coconut oil or sugar and olive oil or anything really. You do not need to buy a scrub, a designated scrub. Again, I like having mine in its own little designated jar, which you can still buy jars, but I just prefer to buy mine. And I love the Sarah Happ lip scrubs. This one is in brown sugar, but I also have it in midnight blueberry that I really love. I exfoliate my lips every single night before I go to bed. Just lightly, I go over with a little, and then I take, after my washcloth on my face, I go over my lips with it. That will gently exfoliate. This is a newer product by Sarah Happ. This is the Sweet Clay Lip Mask. It has this light peppermint scent to it, and it's kind of thick. It reminds me of like Pepto-Bismol. So what I do is after I exfoliate my lips with this scrub, I take actually like one of the little spoons from like the Tasha Skincare, and I scoop it in there, and I put this really thick on my lips. You're gonna look crazy because it's a light pink, and since it's like a skincare thing, you typically don't have any makeup on, and you kind of look like a lunatic with light pink all over your lips and nothing else. Typically a clay mask can be drying, so you'd think, why would I want to put a drying mask or something that's like going to be pulling things out on my lips, right? Because your lips don't have pores like the rest of your skin. This is actually stays tacky though, and it's actually, you can feel it kind of tingling, and it definitely does moisturize your lips. So I really do like this. I don't think everyone's gonna love this product because of the consistency. I put it on after I've done all of my skincare, and I sit on the couch for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I wipe it off with a tissue, and then I just wipe the rest off with my washcloth. And I do really like that. And this is a newer one to me. This is the Laneige. This is a sleeping mask in berry. They do make several scents or flavors or whatever you want to call it of this. This is super moisturizing. It's a big old pot. I've been loving this actually every day, just doing my makeup and then putting this on. It lasts a really long time. It's fairly affordable in the realm of these masks anyway. It's really nice. And then the final step in the Sarah Happ little kits, I have her lip gloss too, is this is the Lip Slip. This is the balm. I like the balm better than the gloss. This has a slight glitter to it, and this does contain mineral oil as well. So it's not going to be one that's going to like really moisturize your lips very deeply. So this is more for like, I don't put this on before I go to bed because it has this shimmer in it, and this is something that I like to wear during the day. And this isn't something I'd go for if my lips were extremely dry, but I do love wearing this with some makeup, and it does provide some moisture. This one is the Bite Agave mask. I've gone through so many tubes of this. This is something that I keep in my pocket for snowboarding. Again, guys, you could use Aquaphor. Aquaphor is great too, but these are the products that I look forward to using and I enjoy. I really, really do like this. This is extremely thick. A little goes a long way. And I really do like it that they changed the tube. The tube used to be kind of like what this ceramidin was, and you get the little metal flakes on. It's not like that anymore, and it's way easier to get out. That's finally all of my skincare items. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see some makeup related year-end favorites and fails, check back. I'm going to have a whole playlist again. It's just going to be easier to edit them like this. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear what some of your favorite and fails were for the year of 2017. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.